Hi, Frederick. Can you tell us what you do for a living?
Yeah, I run an outdoor adventure company here in Elora. Focus on rock climbing, ice climbing, mountaineering, as well as cave-in. We do recreational as well as more experience courses. And we also do a lot of stuff for film industries, for movies or special events, stunts.
And how did you start with rope caving?
I started when I was pretty young. I remember my dad was throwing away an extension cord, and I was just like, you can't throw that away. And I remember hanging on it in my garage and like bouncing on it in my harness and like, yeah, we can make this work. Make kind of like a rope harness from Canadian Tire. And we went out there and almost killed ourselves a couple times, many times probably before we decided to maybe get a real rope and learn how to do things properly.
And do you have a memorable caving story?
Yeah, lots of really good caving stories, but one of them in particular I like was we were in a lot of caves when I was younger, and one of these caves there are a lot of crevice caves in Ontario, so they're very narrow. They may go up 80 feet in the air. And one spot we were looking up about 40, 50 feet up, and we'd been in this cave for about 45 minutes to an hour. No hope of finding another way out, but as I was looking up with my flashlight, I could see that there was roots and dirt above and some leaves, so I decided to free climb up through the crack, like chimney climbing, which is fairly easy and safe because you can do hands-free whenever you want. And I got up to the top and I started like digging my way out of the ground, like digging a hole, like dirt's falling, and I'm like, okay, I got some daylight. Start digging, I'm reaching around, like seeing if I can find something. I started getting it bigger, and I eventually started crawling out of the dirt to see where I was on the trail. And I kind of look out and I see these 2 feet in front of me, like 6 or 7 feet away, and I look up and there's this older couple standing there looking at me, and they're both like just standing there, and I'm talking to them and they don't even answer me. They're just staring at me. I'm like, okay, have a good day. And then I went back in the cave to go tell my buddies inside that I found one way out anyway. At least we could get out and find out how far we went underground, where we could kind of map it out and see how far we went.
Wow. So tell me, what is something surprising that people would know about you?
I guess I enjoy sewing, and I'm good at it, which is surprising. Some people. My sister was in did a lot of I don't know what you call it. She went to school in college for sewing and stuff, and then she'd come home one day and have I redesigned a new backpack and built it on the table. It was like a make a gift for someone for Christmas, and it was like, how could you do that? She couldn't even do this after going to school. But I remember when I was young in grade 3. We had to sew like a stuffed animal or a pillow or something. I sewed a snake, and I did such a good job, and I did it inside out and turned it right side out so you couldn't see the stitches. That my teacher called me a liar and told me that I used a sewing machine, and I'm in trouble because you're not supposed to use a sewing machine. My mom wasn't supposed to do it for me, and she had to call my mom, and then my mother said he did it by hand. I saw him do it. So most of the sewing I do is on equipment, making my own equipment.
And what would you say is one of your biggest regrets in life?
One of my big regrets in life is I didn't do martial arts earlier in life. I really enjoyed it. My mother always stopped me from doing it and would never let me do it. I have 3 younger brothers who thought I was going to beat them up all the time or something. But I started later in life, but then I had kids after that. We were married, and I didn't have as much free time, and I would have really loved to focus more time on that because I really enjoy it.
Thank you.